Dear Jean, many, many congratulations on your retirement. I'm talking to you from my studio office makeshift guest bedroom, and I'm very happy that we're able to talk to you today. Your commitment to craft and excellent teaching has inspired students, staff, and faculty. All of us so appreciate the welcoming community you've provided for our students in arts and crafts. I too have always loved being there. Over the years that I have known you, many of our art department's outstanding senior thesis students worked with and learned from you in fiber arts. They too found a home in arts and crafts. This spring, I remember going there and senior art students sitting around, two working in fiber, one just sorting through her receipts. They just wanted to be there in the environment that you created. The commitment you have to your studio work has also resulted in me gaining an appreciation for textiles that has enriched my artistic life. I think about your enthusiasm in the basement of the Met while showing students pieces in their collection. The joy that you transferred to the students and also to the museum staff was wonderful. I think the museum staff also look forward to your visits. You and I have occasionally been confused with one another. Oh, you're the printmaker. Oh, you're the weaver, people say to the wrong one of us. Before we left campus, along with emails asking me about textiles, I received several heartfelt retirement congratulations meant for you. So even those who don't know you well know of your wonderful work with students in arts and crafts. I will miss seeing you on campus, but I look forward to the fabulous work you will continue to make in your studio. You leave us a rich legacy, and I look forward to when we can celebrate in person.
I There's so many things that flood into my head when I think about moments with Jeanne. In a way, one that rises to the top is the show that Jean Steiner and Jean Gumper had together, because I thought their works just resonated off of each other in an absolutely beautiful way, and the super high level of the quality of both of their artworks, it just made it an outstanding show. And I wanted to mention that first and foremost. Of course, I also remember wonderful times with Jeanne on the New York trips. I know she's gonna smile when I mention this story that I have joked with her about many times. But Jeanne and Andy and I were wandering all around New York City for the longest time trying to find a restaurant. It probably took us 50 minutes or more. We finally found a Chinese restaurant. We all sat down, and Jeanne sparked up and said, "Oh, there's something really important." And then she suddenly stopped and said, "Never mind." And both Andy and I were on the edge of our seat, like, what was it? And she just kept saying, "Never mind, never mind." But it just struck me as the most iconic moment when it was this great wisdom was on the way. And then all of a sudden it just diverted. But she's so funny. You know, Jeanne, you know how funny you are, and you're so much fun to be with. So that is another very fond memory. And we've had many, many senior shows that have revealed how important Jeanne is to the art studio students in particular, but to the art history students as well. Wonderful, wonderful weaving and textile work every year, just beautiful, beautiful pieces. And that is very much due to Jeanne and her weaving studio, which is a very positive and heartening place for a lot of students. I do remember Jeanne invited a freshman class of mine to join her class, going to the home of a woman who was a textile collector here in Colorado Springs. And just the most beautiful works that she took out and shared with us. And Jeanne was so kind. She let my class look at them first. And I think we spent a little too long looking at them. So I feel slightly guilty in retrospect, but it was just such a generous and kind thing of Jeanne to include us on that trip. So I could go on. I've enjoyed lots of conversations with Jeanne driving up to the cabin and back. We talked about parenting and juggling work and parenting, and there's just so many moments, impossible to say them all. But Jeanne, you've been a fabulous force in our department, in our college, and in our lives, and we will very much miss you. Congratulations.
So many of my memories of CC are tied up with you. I remember very vividly your job interview when Mary Olson brought you in, and there were several of us interviewing you. And after you left, you actually brought a little demonstration of weaving. And after you left, everybody thought, wow, she's perfect. And so you got the job, and it's been wonderful all these years to go to New York with you, and so grateful for you to set up the textile visit in the basement of the Met, or just seeing things with you, enjoying dinner at crazy Greek restaurants. I also thank you so much for helping with my class, because it makes such a difference when students know how the technique of weaving is, and it's so important for Islamic art. And so I think I still have one of your small looms that maybe I'll just keep. I always thought that if I retired, I would come over to Warner and take a weaving course. However, you're leaving before me, so I guess I'll never be able to do that. But I sure hope that you keep in touch and don't forget us. And as I mentioned in my email, I think that you have an open invitation to go on the New York trip whenever you like. I also appreciate all the work you put in on the arts and crafts sale. And I know that was just a tremendous burden, but it was such a great thing for the whole community. And so I think not only those of us in the art department, but the whole campus is going to really realize and miss you, and realize all of the things that you were in charge of that a lot of people never knew about until they're not there anymore. So I hope you have a great time in retirement. You have a chance to rest and relax, and hopefully you'll still stay in touch with the department. I also should mention all the incredible student projects that you have, that you've sponsored, and what a great asset your course has been to our art majors and our art history majors who got themselves involved in your weaving classes. So, hey, have a great retirement, and we'll miss you a lot.
Hi, Jeanne. I wanted to say congratulations on retirement. I hope you have lots of time for your artwork and to really be able to explore all the things that you haven't been able to do while you're working so much. I wanted to say it's been a pleasure working with you. I've really enjoyed it. We'll miss you. And I'm sure that the program will miss you. The students have really benefited from everything that you've done for them and for the program in general. So thank you so much for all your many years, and I hope you really have a good time in retirement.
Congratulations, Jeanne, on your 36 years of teaching at CC, and I can't believe it was 25 years ago that I first got to CC and took my first weaving class with you. I think about all the students, from Giselle with her barbed wire rolls of yarn and our barbed wire rolls, to Eleanor, and just I can't really quantify the amount of students whose lives you've impacted at CC, and certainly my own, thinking of coming over to your office and the laughs and the tears throughout the years. I'm going to miss you terribly, but I'm super excited to come to your studio and see what you're working on, and congratulations.
Okay, Jean, I wrote something down, so I'd like to read it if Kay would get her elbow out of the way here. Your leaving the arts and crafts program would be a difficult event for the arts at Colorado College to accept under the best of circumstances, but as the institution is currently facing fundamental challenges, it makes your departure even more troubling. Budget cuts will force everyone to rely on their abilities to be inventive, cooperative, and resourceful, while also trying to maintain high standards. As someone who has established a creative/educational environment at an enviable level while operating with meager financial resources, you would be in a position to provide invaluable guidance. Although I speak for myself, I can quote a visitor from Princeton who years ago made an external review of the art department. In his evaluation, he wrote, "The arts and crafts program is the strongest element of your department. Dismissed by some, but revealing and accurate. Your activities prove that the traditional distinction made between art and craft is artificial, and that no amount of money and physical resources can produce an exceptional learning experience without the right leadership and talent. While nothing is permanent, I know that your teaching and advising legacies will live and be passed on in some form for generations. You are making the right decision to focus now on your own creative interests, and I'm sure there is good work ahead of you. I hope that the art world will increasingly become aware of and appreciate what you have to offer." Speaking of legacies, everyone has facets to their personalities, and you are no exception. I was recently at Casey's Sawmill in Woodland Park, and while chatting with the owner, Dan Casey, he mentioned that he knew you back in the day and proceeded to recount some scandalous anecdotes. While tempted to mention a few now, I decided what I heard at the sawmill stays at the sawmill. Thank you for your generous friendship, Jeanne, and happy trails.
Jeanne, wow, it's really hard to put into words what's pretty much an emotion that I have for you. I mean, I know we've only known each other for 5 years, but I'm really grateful for our time, and I know that it will continue once you graduate from CC. And you're kind and funny. You're talented as hell. It's good to see you in this image in your space. But I have a lot of gratitude toward the time that we've spent together, and sort of like have gravitated toward you when we are at openings, the New York trip. The fact that you came to my class, we went down to the storage at the museum to look at the Maya textiles, which was just so exciting. But more importantly, I see the impact that you have on students at CC. And my office sometimes feels like a counselor's office, but so often students come in and say like, "Oh, Jeanne is so amazing. I've learned so much from Jeanne." And the way that you've elevated fiber arts in our department, at our school, in the lives of all these students, I think will be felt many, many years beyond your retirement. So congratulations on retirement. I know that you have a lot of work to do, and hopefully now you'll have a lot of time. It will be very enjoyable. It's been great to know you, Jeanne. Good luck and best wishes.
Jeanne, congratulations. I have to say I'm a little bit jealous of all the things you are going to be doing that do not involve coming to work every day at Colorado College. You will be deeply missed at Packard Hall and on campus. I know from my perspective, I will be sad not to see your smiles and your unfailing good humor, which is magical from my perspective. And also your camaraderie and your generosity to all of us as we go through all of the ups and downs and ins and outs of life around you. It will be as if we've lost a little bit of our center. But that said, I am super excited for you, and I hope you will stay in touch and be part of our community for many years to come. Good luck.
Congratulations, Jeanne. You are retired and now you get to be a full-time artist and watch out world, because it's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me while working. Our lunches at Rastel, our daily drawing time at 4 o'clock every day. I will surely miss those times, but I look forward to spending time in your studio and seeing what you create and sharing your life now that you have time, your time, to do what you want to do with your art. So that's awesome. And thank you so much for teaching Cyan how to weave. In turn, she taught me how to weave, and it has changed my life. It's amazing. I can only imagine how many students you have changed their lives.
Okay, hi, Jeanne. Dear Jeanne, it's really, really hard to say goodbye to you. And it's so sad to have to do it remotely. We had planned to have a gala celebration in your honor, but unfortunately current circumstances don't permit that. So we have to do it this way. Jeanne, you've been such a valued part of the art department family, as a teacher, as a colleague, as a friend. And your contributions have been so meaningful for us and for our students through your programs, through your courses, and every year on the New York trip. It makes your departure truly, truly painful to contemplate. So I'm hoping it will not really be goodbye, but that you might consider teaching a block from time to time, and hopefully continue joining us on the New York trip. You're a vital part of that experience. But in the meantime, I'd like to honor you and to thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your superlative contributions. And I want to congratulate you on your retirement and wish you well on all your future endeavors. Jeanne, we will miss you. Thank you, Jeanne.